they began collecting rocks and minerals, along with a little bit about their desire to build a dream house. And I think we'll just start. I have a PowerPoint collection. I'm going to show you some pictures of the specimens that we will see downstairs after the presentation is over with. And I'll tell you a little bit about them up here, because I may not remember by the time we get to the basement. So, but we'll finish with this, and then we can all cut loose and go look at whatever we want to look at. And I'll be around from room to room to tell you a bit, or show you the specimens, or answer questions. I've called the presentation The Rice Collection, Building a Fabulous Mineral Collection. In 1938, the Rice family made a weekend trip to the Oregon coast. And at Agate Beach, we collected a whole bunch of agates. And my folks took them into a local rock shop, and he polished them. And they fell in love with it. And that was the beginning of their lifelong collection and hobby, which you see the results of here. They learned a lot through their friends. They joined a new club that was being formed for rockhounds in the Oregon Agate and Mineral Society in Portland. And they joined the club and soon learned where to find agates, where to find thunder eggs and petrified wood. The club had regular field trips, and the Rices learned how and where to dig and what rocks they could expect to find. A little bit, this first one is from the Pridey Ranch, thunder egg or nodule, and it's from the red bed. We did this on family weekends. You know, a lot of families went to the movies or went on sightseeing trips. If it was dry, we went rock hunting. If it was wet, we looked at houses that were open for sale because they wanted to see what was there, because they might like something to put in their dream house they were going to build someday. So a lot of the things that are in here came from those weekends of sightseeing other people's houses. There's a laundry chute to the basement in the hall, so you didn't have to take the dirty clothes to the basement. You just opened the drawer and dropped them in, and they went down to the laundry room. Lazy Susans in corner cupboards were something new, and they had Lazy Susans in their kitchen cupboards so that the things that were in the back you could rotate around to the front. These were all little things that we as a family did on weekends. And that was the starting of the rockhound collection, was primarily lapidary. Okay, where are we?
I just went to the second thunder egg.
The second thunder egg is also from the red bed on the Pridey Ranch. And some of you may not recognize Pridey Ranch. It is now the Richardson Ranch. But in the early days, it was owned by a family by the name of Pridey. There were also Kennedy Ranch and a lot of other ranches around it that have been incorporated into the Richardson's Ranch, where you can now go and hunt and dig, and they'll even cut your rocks for you. This is another Pridey, and this is from the blue bed. And number 7 is also from the blue bed. And number 7 was from Pridey, and this is an opal nodule. By the 1940s, Richard and Helen had lots of rockhound friends. Among them was an elderly couple from Forest Grove, Mr. and Mrs. Chalmers. Mr. Chalmers came to Dad and invited him to go collecting to a location near Hefner, known only by him, to collect opal nodules. These other ones were agate nodules. This was something new. Due to Mr. Chalmers' age, he wanted someone else to know about this deposit of geodes and nodules. They made several trips together, and that is when this specimen and others came to the collection. The largest slab has some, which is shown here, has some precious opal in it. And a sister slab was donated to the Smithsonian in exchange for a white jade lady that is in the Lapidary Arts Gallery. This claim on this deposit is now owned by a commercial miner, and lots of people know where it is. This is one of the early specimens to come from that deposit.
So is that Opal Butte?
That's Opal Butte. The club held Oregon Agate and Mineral Society meetings were held on the first and third Friday of every month, and the Rices rarely missed a meeting. They always had an informative program and a full table of displays, truly an education for the hobbyists. Richard soon learned what equipment he needed to cut and polish rocks for display, and built his own saw, laps, grinders, sanders, and a felt buffer for polishing. They were also, in later years, along with maybe some of the people here remember the George and Laverne Williams and Donna Lee Kendall, the Snooks, the Smiths. I can't remember all of the people that formed the Tualatin Village Hymn Club in Forest Grove. And Richard and Helen became lifetime members of this club.
Number 10.
This is another agate nodule. This one is from Deming, New Mexico. It was collected, Dad collected it in the field with Deming's postmaster, who was also a rock hound. And this was in the late 1940s when Rices were on their way to Mexico. Dad was a logger, and in the wintertime when it was too wet to work, they would travel to Mexico, collecting all the way down and all the way back, while Grandma stayed with us kids. Each one of us, I have two younger sisters, one still living. Anyway, each one of us got one trip to Mexico, and I got the first one. I was the oldest. Okay, this is another Deming. No, this one is a ginkgo, petrified ginkgo wood from Vantage, Washington. And Richard collected woods in many locations and frequently traded slabs of wood with other collectors, and also purchased many of the specimens in his wood collection. The full Rice wood collection is now in storage, and the specimens are used for special displays and traveling exhibit. The collection of wood we have in the basement developed from a close friendship with the Murphys. And Dad had bought most of the ones mounted on the walls he purchased from Dennis and Mary Murphy. And the Murphy collection, a great deal of that collection was self-collected by the Murphys, and others were purchased, and they traveled around the country and made friends with other wood, petrified wood enthusiasts. So the Rice wood collection, you'll see from time to time exhibits at the gem shows. Expanding the collection. With the help of Lon Hancock, Tom Bones, and other Oregon Agate Mineral Society members, Al McGinnis, and a bunch of others, the Rices collected fossils at Camp Hancock. Many times, and in later years, donated the cedar shakes to put a roof on Berry Hall. And mind you, well, this guy here was still in the basket, in the oven, I should say. I helped with those shakes on that roof of Berry Hall at Camp Hancock. So that's been a while ago. They became active in all the Oregon Agate and Mineral Societies and Federation activities, all the while learning about rocks and minerals and expanding their collection. Okay. This is a rhodochrosite. Unlike the big one we have in the basement, it is from Montana. It is, they're all kind of small rhombohedrals. They almost look like it's botryoidal, but every one of those little bumps is a rhombohedral rhodochrosite. And it's from the Emma mine in Butte, Montana. It was purchased from a dealer at one of the Northwest Federation conventions and shows in Butte, Montana. Okay. This is gem chrysocolla. It's a gem silica with copper inclusions to color it, and then the mineral chrysocolla that colors it. This specimen, before polishing, weighed 9 pounds. Dad made a deal with one of his mineral acquaintances to contour polish this specimen and to return the trimmings to him. The craftsman did a nice polishing job, but returned no trimmings, and the specimen now weighs about 7 pounds. Just about the right amount for a missing slab. However, that fellow got his just. Several months after that, we read in the paper where this gentleman was shot in the tummy when an angry husband found him with his wife. And nobody here shed any tears. He survived. This silver crystals, you'll see it on display downstairs. It's from the Vincenzi mine in Houghton County, Michigan. A famous locality in this country for minerals and coppers. 16. This is a fluorite from the Sedley mine, Durham County, England. And it is very fluorescent. Dad paid $150 to a dealer, John Patrick, in 1997. It was appraised at $1,850. So quality minerals are a good investment. Of course, you take your chances like with anything, but it proved to be a good investment for my parents. This Proustite, which is a silver mineral, is from Charancillo, Atacama region, Copiapo province in Chile. It's a superb specimen. It was once in the Harvard collection and traded out to a dealer, making it available for purchase by Richard and Helen for their collection. It originally displayed a ruby red lustrous surface, but has darkened due to display lighting. And that's typical of a lot of the silver minerals, mercury minerals, and some others. They can be very sensitive to light. But we still have it on display. Hemicolite. This is from the Leonard Mine, Silver Bowl County in Butte, Montana. Several fine colite specimens were purchased from a well-known traveling salesman, Ed McDowell. Ed's business location was his big Lincoln sedan, loaded with lots of self-collected or purchased specimens. Months later, Ed returned to the Rices and wanted to buy back the colites. Dad said, no deal, a deal is a deal. And Ed never came back again. But we still have the colites on display. They're in the Northwest Gallery. Okay, this is another one of the colites from the same location. Next one. This is a gypsum variety selenite. It's from the Cave of Swords in the Gibraltar mine, Nica, Mexico. The Rices purchased a specimen on a trip to the mine in Mexico. It was a Saturday, the mine was closed. Mother wanted to go into the mine to see the Cave of Crystals. The caretaker told her, no women are allowed in the mine. It's bad luck. She pleaded with him to let her have just a little peek inside. And he finally did, telling her that she was the first woman to ever enter the mine. We don't know if that's true or not, but Mom fell for it. So, anyway, this specimen was the centerpiece of their display that won them permanent possession of the American Federation's famous Woodruff Trophy. Next one.
Woodruff Trophy.
Oh, the Rice's displayed specimens in local and federation shows, winning Masters Awards and winning permanent possession of the American Federation's highest competition trophy for minerals, the Woodruff Trophy. Helen served as president of the American Federation in 1959 and was instrumental in obtaining the IRS 501c3 status as an educational organization. Also, informing the uniform rules for competitive exhibits as an educational tool for both the exhibitor and the public. And those two things are very important to the organization still today. This is a Vivianite from the Blackbird Mine in Lemhi County, Idaho. It was also a specimen in the Woodruff Trophy exhibit, one of the finest of Vivianite from the Blackbird Mine. Most all of these specimens of crystals are on display, and you'll see them later downstairs. This just tells you a little bit about them. This is a stibnite specimen from the Shikoku Island in Japan, from the Shinokawa mine. I guess that's it. And it was one of the early ones from Japan. You rarely find the stibnite crystals for sale from Japan anymore. Most of them are from Bohemia or from China, but this is a quality specimen. This, for a long, long time, was the finest and best Legrandite to come out of the Oruela mine in Mapimí, Durango, Mexico. It was from the early discovery of Legrandite and is still the best specimen on matrix from the mine. In a later operation, the mine was drained and they discovered some really fine, the Azteca has crystals about this long and they're crisscross. It's a gorgeous thing. But this is still the best one on matrix. The new ones, the Azteca, and there is another one are in museums in the eastern states. It was the featured specimen in the Woodruff Trophy exhibit. Here's one. Mom and Dad didn't travel the world came to them in the gem and mineral shows, dealers from all over the world. This is a sulfur from Raccamuto, Agrigento province in Sicily, Italy. It's from the world's most famous localities for fine sulfur and other related mineral specimens. This phosgenite is an unusual and rare mineral. And this has been told to me by several of the curators from the major museums. It's been told that it is the largest and finest phosgenite crystal in exhibit. And it is on display in the cases downstairs. Next one. This smoky quartz with hematite inclusions is from Minas Gerais, Brazil. It was purchased from dealer Jules Sauer at the 1959 Oregon Centennial Celebration in Portland, Oregon. Dad spent more time, the celebration was during the same time as the 1959 Northwest Federation show in Portland. He spent more time at the Centennial Celebration negotiating with Jules Sauer for this specimen. After the week of negotiations, on the final day of the celebration, Helen invited Jules to dinner at this home, and a deal was reached for the big quartz crystal. Dad paid Jules in 1959 $400 for this specimen. It's on exhibit downstairs. The 1997 appraisal was for $4,500.
I'm not sure if you can actually get that specimen in a 5-gallon bucket. So
No,
the picture
no.
really doesn't do it.
No, yeah, the size
And I
is
think
big.
Jules didn't want to carry it back to Brazil. Okay, this is one of my favorites in the collection. It's a malachite pseudomorph after azurite. It's from the Campbell Shaft, Bisbee, Arizona, purchased from Bisbee's barber, Esker Mayberry. In 1947, the specimen was removed from the 1,300-foot level of the Campbell Shaft by a raised miner named Angel Salas. Esker miner, being a barber, traded miners' haircuts for specimens that came from the mines, probably in lunch buckets. And this specimen was traded to Angel for a lifetime of haircuts. And he lived a long time. He got the best of the deal. It was sold by Esker to Rices in 1967. The young man who helped my dad load the collection of Esker Mayberry into the truck became superintendent of mines for Phelps Dodge. And he told me that this is considered to be the best malachite after azurite in existence. And his name is Dick Graham. His children have adopted this mineral downstairs. And he estimated the value to be, this was a year ago, at $500,000.
Okay, maybe it was worth the haircuts.
Yes.
Lifetime ago.
Especially,
Okay.
didn't Dick Graham have first opportunity at that
He
collection?
had the first opportunity to buy the Esker Mayberry collection in 1967. He had to make a decision. He was kind of being mentored by the barber. And he had to make a decision whether to go to college or to buy the collection. And he chose to go on to college and became a mining engineer, and a very good one.
And when he loaded the,
His son is the principal in the City of Bisbee's Copper Queen Mine Tours and Museum. His daughter is curator of the Mineral Museum in Bisbee. So they're a very mineral-oriented family, and he does have a fabulous collection of Bisbee minerals.
I got told that when he helped Grandpa load these minerals, before he came back from Arizona with him, that he got his pick, that he got a pick. Grandpa gave him a pick of the specimen.
Yeah, Dad gave him a specimen for helping wrap and load the specimens, and he still has that specimen in his collection. Okay. This azurite is from the Czar Mine in Bisbee. It was acquired in the purchase of the Esker Mayberry collection right along with that malachite before. On with the next one. This one was purchased in 1993. Yeah. This one was purchased at the Tucson show in 1993. And it's from the Mashamba West Mine in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And it was purchased at the Tucson show. The unusual thing is the light blue is a coating of a mineral called planchite. And it is a full, large, single malachite crystal and a full, large cuprite crystal on the same specimen, on the planchite. It is on display downstairs. And this is a Christmas gold. This is gold from the Alabama claim, Jamestown Mine, Tuolumne County, California. It's 42 troy ounces, or 3 pounds of gold, crystallized leaf gold. It's from the mining ore belt on Christmas of 1992. Bells and whistles went off telling operators to stop the belt. There were several large specimens of gold in the ore headed for processing. These specimens were saved from the crusher. It was purchased from the dealer Cristalli, California dealer, and it was purchased at a Denver Mineral Show in 1993, the same year they acquired the Alma Rose. When Dad had purchased this, and when he came to deal for the Alma Rose, he said, "Can I afford it?" He said he had just sold a lot of timber that he had saved for retirement. He was 83 years old at the time, and he finally decided it was time to sell it for retirement. So he had the money to buy both of them, but I told him it was sure going to curtail anything else he bought at that dealer show, when he bought the gold and the Alma Rose at the same time. This specimen, you won't see it today, but this is a gorgeous picture of a beryl. The variety is emerald, out of the Cosquest mine, Muzo, Guayaca, Colombia. It was featured as the cover of an issue of the Mineralogical Record magazine. It is now on loan in New York City to a very fine dealer, Stuart Walensky, who is putting together an exhibit of the world's finest emeralds. We expect it to be back at the museum sometime in December, so you see it in the picture. You'll have to come back then to see it in person.
How much did Grandpa pay for that?
60,000.
60?
What year?
Yes.
That was in, I want to say 1996, I think, 95 or 96, I can't remember for sure. It was one of those things they couldn't live without. It was really beautiful. Number 33. This is an unusual mineral. It's called sperrylite. And this one is on chalcopyrite. It's from the eastern Siberian region, Krasnoyak Krai in Russia. It's the world's largest sperrylite crystal. It also was featured on a cover of the Mineralogical Record. And you'll really, if you look at the specimen down there, and you know the specimen's about this big, and you think of it as the world's largest. This mineral rarely forms crystals larger than the head of a straight pin. So this is huge for that mineral. I think the Span collection has one new that large. I don't think it's on display. I don't remember for sure. This is an interesting specimen. It is wire silver, and it is from the noted Kongsberg mine in Kongsberg, Norway. A museum curator from Russia told me that this specimen had survived a fire during World War II when the museum burned down. It also had served as a Pulitzer Prize, and I don't remember for what, but it was for a Pulitzer Prize, and had more recently been sold in Russia to an American mineral dealer. And it was purchased from Collector's Edge, a dealer in Golden, Colorado. And it is in the collection down there. This one's a really fine collector from that well-known silver mine. This is another gold. This one is from the Colorado Quartz Mine, and I don't know why it's called the Colorado Quartz Mine, because it's in Mariposa County, California. The specimen also acquired from the Collector's Edge and is displayed in the museum's gold exhibit, which is in the safe downstairs. You'll see. This is another huge specimen. It's about 1.0 centimeters by 0.05 centimeters by 0.05 centimeter cube, which is huge. It is platinum. Platinum usually will form nuggets, rarely crystallizes. And it is from far eastern region of Russia, the Iron Maya district, known as the Condor Mine. Okay, the next one. This is Corundum, variety ruby, from the Jagdalek ruby mine, Kabul province, Afghanistan. And the same dealer that sold my parents the emerald said this would make a wonderful mate for them. The following year. So this is the mate to them. I don't know where he got that, because one's a beryl and one's a corundum, but they look pretty
They're
together.
Christmas colors.
The next one, please. This is pyromorphite. All those little green sprinkles are crystals of pyromorphite. And this one is not from Idaho. This is from Labarge's mine in France. It's an exceptional specimen from that locality. Most of them are more of a pea green or a lime green. This one has really rich color to it. The next one. This is a chalcocite from the remove the specimens of these crystals. Then they continued their operation, backfilled up to that same layer, let them collect some balance of some specimens, and then when they completed backfilling, the mine pit is gone. It was back to the earth that it started. That they called that recovery. It was shortly after a lot of these minerals were acquired that Mom and Dad passed away. And Dad had always wanted an Amazonite with a smoky quartz. We found one about 4 or 5 years before that. But the Amazonite, or the smoky quartz crystal on it, had a reconstructed plastic tip. No way was that going in his collection. So he never acquired one. So my husband and I told the dealer in Colorado that if they ever found one, I wanted to know about it. And shortly after Dad passed away, they called. So this one was purchased in honor of my dad. And it's in the collection downstairs. And it's the beginning of preservation and the continuation of this collection and the growth of the museum. It was from the 2-point mine, the Tree Root Pocket on Pikes Peak in Teller County, Colorado. And it was purchased shortly after 1997. The next one is a fluke. Andradite garnet with sphalerite galena and quartz. The andradite crystals are zoned with grossular garnet in the core. It's from the El Mochito mine, Las Vegas, Santa Barbara Department in Honduras. A Hillsborough High School graduate, went to school with my younger son. This guy's name was Bob Dale. He was in Honduras working on a water project and acquired specimens from one of the miners. He came to the museum one day and he had a box with him and casually asked if we would be interested in purchasing specimens. This specimen joined the rice collection in seconds. Honduras specimens of this quality are very rare, and I to this day have not seen others of this quality from that mine. There are a few lesser ones that he brought back into the country, but the mine is flooded and chances of getting any more are very rare. But you'll find it in one of the shelves downstairs. But it is an unusual combination, and the garnet and the sphalerite. There's also a galena from there in the same collection, the same exhibit. Here's another gold from the Ace of Diamonds mine from Liberty, Kittitas, County, Washington. This specimen and a full suite of Washington golds was added to the collection in September of 1999 as a birthday gift to me. We gave it to the museum. Bill purchased the entire suite from the collector's edge, donated them to the museum. Most of the specimens are on display in the safe downstairs, but we also have a vault full of thumbnail and miniature golds from that same collection. They were donated to the museum, and it's part of they had been part of the renowned John Barlow collection. And they're now part of the Rice collection in perpetuity. So, the Alma Rose, I don't have a picture on the screen. The large specimen originated in the Sweet Home Mine in Alma, Colorado. It was acquired by the Rices at the Denver Gem and Mineral Show in 1993. In 2018, we built a new display case, installed more secure, better to withstand possible earthquakes. We'd still like to have some better lighting on it, but security is the most important. I don't have a photo of it, so this is the end of the photos. You're going to have to go down the stairs and look at it. So, a little bit about the house. In 1950s, my dad found this was 35 acres of ground. He gave my sister some acreage The museum has 29 acres, and this was the place they built their dream house. They built the basement. I have a program that shows the building of the house from the basement up with my dad's mother supervising. But it has incorporated so many things. My dad logged the timbers, helped build the sawmill that cut the timbers, and diggered a load of logs, a raft of logs in the Willamette River with one of the mills down there to kiln dry all the lumber that was used in the myrtlewood woodwork throughout the house and in the quilted maple that's in the kitchen area of the house. They completed the house, most of it in 1952, early 1953. They moved into the house by Christmas of 1953. The fluorescent room was my bedroom. I still don't glow. It now is our fluorescent gallery. My sister Marilyn's bedroom is our mineralogy gallery, and the agate gallery was my sister's bedroom. And the lapidary gallery was the master bedroom in this house. We retained most of the decor of the house. The paper, wallpaper, the fiber wallpaper, took a beating from the school tours. It was so much fun to pull off those little strings. So this year we replaced most of the wallpaper in the hall with as nearly as original. The house, back in the early 2000s, was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places as the first home of its type, the ranch style type, in Oregon. And it was at the request of the Oregon Historical Society that we went on the National Registry. We've tried to keep it. This is the original carpet in the house. And Paulson's is where they bought it. Paulson still has a carpet shop in the Beaverton and Northwest Portland area. But when my dad went in to shop, Mom and Dad went in, and my dad was in his usual jeans up to the top of his logger's boots, and his red hat and suspenders, and walked in, and most of the salesmen just looked the other way, figured they were okay. And this young kid came up and talked to them and served them and sold them the largest order of carpet the store had ever seen. And it happened to be a kid from Hillsborough. I don't remember his name, but his mama was here for a presentation one day, and she's still proud of him. So,
Well, it's all wool.
it is a wool carpet. We've tried to replace it. There was a red carpet in the master bedroom that was worn down to the pad. And when we replaced it, we tried to match this carpet with it because we couldn't find a red to match the other. The carpet in the fluorescent room is still the original. In the office, it's still original, needing replacement. And someday we're going to have to replace this carpet. And I don't know, hopefully wool will come back again.
Well, the person that basically put the carpet in Jeannie's house, which is Linda and my house, is in this room right now. So you might want to talk to Glenn Woodward.
Are you serious?
Okay,
Isn't that right, Glenn?
Oh,
He's right there.
good.
that's so
Well, thank you.
But he didn't work for Parker, or where was it?
Paulson.
Paulson.
Is the carpeting still original in the agate gallery and the mineralogy gallery too?
I think so. Yeah, I'm quite sure it is.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think we just replaced the one room. It's not that the others don't need replacing, but it's on the to-do list.
So I just have to tell you, Sharlene, because it just happened the other day, somebody that was a guest here actually got on their hands and knees and looked underneath the toilet in the end of that hallway to make sure it was like original, and they were surprised surprised by how low it is. It's got the date on the toilet underneath is 1934. Did you know that?
I did not know
I
that.
just have her on Friday.
Was the
Absolutely, she got on her hands and knees and
Well-
underneath with her cell phone line.
Yes, sir. I know.
maybe,
Maybe
Isn't that great?
well, I'll tell you, you can't find a seat to match.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
But we are charged by our National Historic Registry to maintain it as nearly like the original as possible. The Mount Hood case was not there. My mother's plastic flowers that looked like marijuana went. And we put a case in there. She originally had actually real green plants and so forth planted in these fire planter boxes of the flagstone. But there wasn't enough light to support them. And so she originally, these are the original plastic flowers. That's what and the one wall downstairs in the master gallery is squares of myrtle wood and, man, I can't think of the other maple wood, anyway, it's squares of wood. And we so badly needed new cases, more cases. When my parents passed away, you could not get a label in the cases downstairs. They were so full. And so we needed to expand. And my husband suggested making the laundry room end, which Mother was no longer using the line wire to dry her clothes on. She had an electric dryer. And using that, walling it off and making it into a petrified wood gallery. And so I went to my dad and I said, Dad, what do you think? You know, we need more room to put the wood and stuff down there. And can we do this? Can we make that into a gallery? Oh, go ask your mother. Mom said, sure. So my husband did. My dad never came downstairs, never said a word. And just before I finished putting the last specimen and labels in the case, I moved everything around. There had been a table full of beautiful specimens, including the alba rose, just sitting in the middle of the room because there was no place to put them. So we rearranged everything, took out the smaller things that just got lost, and the less important specimens, and made room to put these beautiful new things in there. And we just about finished, and Dad had never come downstairs to the basement. We had an elevator put in so he could get down there, and he'd never used it. And I turned around and I saw the handle door wiggle. So we opened the door, and there was Dad. He couldn't stand it any longer. He came down. He took an hour and he went around that room looking at every specimen to make sure what was on display and if it was in the right place, whatever. We didn't know what he was going to say. When he finished, he came back into the petrified wood gallery, finished looking at that. And I said, well, Dad, what do you think? He says, it's wonderful. Big tears. Him and me. So that's how this collection has grown and developed. And thank heavens we have such wonderful people as you. So many of your members were first volunteers here. I know Russell and Dorothy Snook were right at the beginning, along with Laverne and Don Kendall and the whole gang of them at that time. And so this club was really important. The Organic Minerals Society was really important. And all of the surrounding clubs in this community that have supported this museum has helped it to grow. And I know you'll help to continue growing it because we have an important job educating the future. And that is a principal goal of here, not only to for your enjoyment, for people to study mineralogy, but also to give our chance to learn about our earth and the wonderful things that it grows and gives to us. So I'm through, and I will be. If any of you have any questions or anything, I'd be glad to answer them as best I can. And any questions about specimens down there, if I can tweak my memory a little bit, I'll try and answer them. If I can't, I'll let you know where you can find out. So,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
you have questions, Cindy?
Just what were the favorites? I mean, like, what was your favorite? I wanna know favorites, I'm
You
sorry.
want to know a favorite? In all of those specimens down there is a Bisbee specimen. It was not on this program because it really isn't considered one of the main specimens in the collection. But it is a little slab of an azurite nodule about that big around. Don't I cry? I was with Dad when he got it, and we were in Bisbee. It was my trip to Mexico. Bringing cats and dogs. And the postmaster told me about a miner that had some specimens for sale. And so we went to the house. My mom and I stayed in the car, and he climbed up the steps to the side of the mountain to this miner's house. Didn't come back, didn't come back, didn't come back. Finally, here he came back, grinning like a Jessie cat. And he had this specimen. He had some other specimens too, but he loved that little azurite slab, which is a lapidary specimen, but it was accompanied by several of those beautiful azurite malachite specimens that you'll see in the collection. So that from a sentimental standpoint, is my favorite. How can the Alma Rose not out there?
Yeah.
The malachite from Bisbee, that beautiful Sudamore. Their favorites. My mother's favorite was, we don't have it. After she passed, they asked for a specimen from each of the past American Federation presidents for an exhibit. And they didn't want big specimens, they wanted small because they needed them small to fit in a display. And my mother's favorite specimen in the collection was a gypsum about 2 inches diameter, maybe 1.5 inches high, and it had several little clusters of calcite. She called it her mineral flower garden, and that was her favorite specimen. And the American Federation now has that.
Wow, great. Thank you so much.
Cool.
There's stories for almost every specimen. Yes.
This question is regarding the foundation. When your parents built this place, I noticed it's kind of up on a hill. Would you happen to know what the base, the country rock is, where we are located right now?
I don't know. The surface is a clay, but this whole area is founded on about 2 mile thick basalt. So I suspect that underneath the dirt, we would eventually find basalt. Do you know any different? You're shaking.
Well, the well is
Yeah.
1,000 feet deep. And when I look at the well registered on Washington County's, they actually document this, it's limited, it was written unlimited water supply. So whatever pump the well digger had, it would do all of that, and it didn't drop the well level, the water table down at all.
No, but the
but-
water runs
but-
through basalt.
That's correct. So,
Thank you.
but in terms of the house foundation, I've been told that it's 18 inches thick,
16.
16 inches thick.
As you've been told.
They didn't use rebar, they used old chokers that they'd been broken in the wood while they were logging just to throw in the concrete.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I don't know. That's what I
Grandpa
was,
tell you that?
Char-
no, Dad told me that.
Charlene, I just want to comment on the Proustite that you mentioned. When the Spans came in, they said, this could be cleaned, and they helped to arrange for me to get that to the collector's edge, and at no charge to the museum, they cleaned that specimen. It is not ruby red, but it is now no longer dark black.
Oh,
And
That's
I decided that it also needed to not be laying on its side, so we had a mount made for it. So it's now sitting up vertically, and it's been cleaned. You'll also notice that there's both of the large azurite and malachite plates from Bisbee. I cleaned one of them, and the other one is Cal Graber has that, and he's cleaning it because they've been really dusty, and so
Okay.
it really perked it up. So
you know, a few years back, Les Presmick was out here, and he was looking at the Bisbee specimens, and he says, they really need cleaning, and I said, but I don't know how to clean them, some of them look like velvet. He said, you know what he told me? Take them through a car wash. And he said, no, I'm not kidding. He said, they are tougher than you think they are. And he said, you know, okay.
well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm not going to tell you what I did, but
But you got him clean.
I got it cleaned. But, it's about on that level.
Okay. Anyway, so those pretty little fine velvety crystals, they won't take your fingers, but apparently they'll take some cleaning fluid or water or something. Anyway,
You gonna meet us downstairs?
sure.
All right, thank you.
So,
Okay.